I don't really care, to be totally honest with you. It doesn't affect my life in any capacity. Does it seem sketchy? Yeah, I don't really care about it, to be honest.
Welcome back to Housewives Nightcap. We are thrilled to welcome a new face to Real Housewives of New Jersey. Welcome, Rachel.
Thank you, guys. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. We're so excited to talk with you because, like we said right before we started recording, it's already mid-season and there's been a lot. And as a newcomer, I would expect that it's kind of been a lot for you. So tell us how you're feeling.
It's a lot to keep up with. Coming into this group of women that have been together for so long, it's like trying to be caught up with where everybody's at, and it's moving so quickly, and the drama is like constantly snowballing. It's like, who's mad at who likes who, like who's friends, who's enemies. Like, it's a lot to keep up with, but it's been a crazy season so far, and I'm really excited for the viewers to see the second half because it gets even crazier, if you can imagine.
So to my knowledge, you've never done reality TV before, right?
Correct.
Okay. So what was the biggest shock for you shooting this show?
Just how real it is. I mean, there's definitely a learning curve. Being with the ladies at events and like filming and everything. And I would just look around and be like, are they for real? Like, is she actually that mad? Or like, did she really just say that? Like, did someone tell her to say that? And it's like, it's a new job, right? So there's like that learning period of like where you kind of have to like find like learn the ropes. And that was the most shocking thing to me, is how real it is.
You are now one of the youngest on the cast. Was it hard to connect with any of them, any of the OGs?
So I consider myself to be an old soul. I've been through a lot of stuff in my life as a child. I, had rheumatic disease as a child. So I had to grow up very fast. So all of my friends my whole life have been older than me. So it was very easy to connect with most of the women. I've said it many times before, it was harder for me to connect with Teresa because I came into this group being Melissa's friend, and John and Joe are very good friends. So naturally that was really hard to navigate. Like throughout the season, there's also things that kind of like, make more sense to me, as like how she didn't really give me a fair shot. Like, Danielle had said things that she didn't hold her accountable for, but she held me accountable for. So I wish that there would have been given a fair opportunity for that.
Yeah. You and Danielle, like at first we thought, okay, new women on the show, they're probably going to be friends. They're around the same age, I feel like your kids are younger, and you kind of quickly bonded and then quickly didn't, went your separate ways.
Yeah.
So where do you guys stand now?
You know what they say, easy come, easy go, right? That's the name of the game. Danielle and I connected, being new cast members on the show, being new in this group of women, it's very hard to navigate. They've been together for a lot of years. So right now, I think like things are just weird in New Jersey. The air is weird. It's heavy. It's like, we're not like, it's a strange place to be in the cast of Real Housewives of New Jersey right now. Danielle and I definitely came in like bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and, it's about the drama, so we have to also be aware of that. But I don't really know where we're at. I mean, seeing the things that she said about me is definitely alarming. Like,
she called you a rat.
Not only did she call me a rat, she also hopes that I fall off my high horse and break my neck. So it's like the drama of it all. It's like, relax.
Go ahead, Laura.
No, what I feel like we're about to say the same thing, because I saw how Melissa was like,
yeah,
when you call someone a rat, that is the lowest of the low. And I'm not from Jersey. Emily, you are from Jersey. And I'm like, what does that mean at all? So is it true, like being called a rat is the lowest of the low?
It's definitely not a nice thing to be called. And I think more specifically, like in the Northeast, I don't know if this is like a mafia thing. This is is a derivative from, but it's definitely not nice. And it also feels very hypocritical to me, because if you can recall back to this softball game episode, Danielle's the one that ran to Margaret to go tell her that Teresa and Jennifer had been speaking badly about her. So it takes one to know one. And that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah. I just realized Danielle is related to the Manzos. Did you know that?
I did, but it's like her fourth cousin's sister's cousin's brother. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I've watched, so Teresa explains it on the show and like in an interview and confessional. And
Yeah.
I've watched it like 4 times and I still don't get it.
Well, I
I
have to
still
send
don't
you the
get it.
TikTok that I saw that completely maps it out. I sent Lauren it.
Like I
like
need a
5
tree.
a.m.
That's what I need a family tree. Like I'm a visual person. I need somebody to literally spell it out for me because I'm
Yeah.
not following the story. But yes,
No.
she's somehow related to her.
Yeah, so crazy. But so going back to her kind of family drama, a lot of you guys were questioning if it was authentic. Are you still kind of wondering, or does that get cleared up throughout the season?
It never really gets cleared up. It kind of like just disintegrates. But I think all of us questioning it, I don't really see where she was surprised by that, because her and her brother being so close and telling us all this story, it's kind of like it does seem like something's missing. I don't really care, to be totally honest with you. It doesn't affect my life in any capacity. Does it seem sketchy? Yeah, I don't really care about it, to be honest. But no, it never gets clarified. We never find anything else. I don't know present time, like what her relationship is with her brother. If there was any reconciliation, like I don't know where she's at personally. But I don't know anything more than what you guys have known.
Yeah, I think they're still estranged, which I mean kind of makes sense that you guys didn't keep talking about it because there's so much drama that unfolds, including Teresa's wedding. Did you go to Teresa's wedding?
I did not.
Okay, were you invited and you just didn't go, or were you? Oh, okay.
Yes, they actually showed, it was like they kind of showed us all like in a little slice, like in the earlier episodes, opening our invitations. But I was invited to the wedding. My husband and I both were invited. And as the season progressed, I'm a friend of Melissa and Joe's, and so is my husband. I said at the very beginning of this, I needed to stay true and authentic to who I am, what I believe is right. And it just didn't feel authentic to me to go to her wedding.
And so where do you and Teresa stand? Was she mad? Was she like fine with it? What happened? Nothing.
Yeah, we didn't have there was no like words or anything to be had. I'm sure you guys will see it in later episodes, but it wasn't anything catastrophic. It was just handled like adults and how it should be, honestly.
Okay.
We obviously don't know. We kind of are starting to see what unfolds between Melissa, Joe, Teresa, Louie. But was it really that bad? The big explosion that made them not go to the wedding? That made also you not go to the wedding?
It was, I think, a magnitude of things that have just become this huge mountain of things on both sides of them. I don't think it was one particular thing this season that, this is why I'm not going to the wedding. I think it's been like just a buildup of multiple things that, you guys are slowly getting to see as the season progresses, not to mention the 11 to 13 years of stuff that's been pre-existing that's never been worked through in their relationship. So it's just kind of like all of this comes to a head is more so what I think it is, rather than it being like one specific reason. There's just, by the time we get to finale, it's just like my heart breaks for their family. It really does. And I hope at some point in time they can reconcile. I really do, because life is just too short.
Absolutely. We hope so too. We just want to see everybody together again in New Jersey, at their shore houses, having a Jersey day barbecue or something.
Maybe people will make friends. Are you nervous for the reunion?
No, I'm really not nervous. It's like, I think I'm like more exhausted just thinking about it, because I know how draining, the parties and events are, that I can't imagine what a reunion is going to do to me. Like I'm going to need to sleep for 3 days straight after that. But no, I'm not nervous. Not for me anyway.
I would definitely need a couple shots before that. But that's just me. So Rachel, we see that you talk about adopting your stepson who is a little bit older. What makes you come to that decision? Why didn't you do it sooner? I know people are wondering. Kind of tell us a little bit about that.
So I had been considering adopting Jaden for a really long time. We have a dear friend of ours that is an attorney, and we had a serious conversation with him, went to his office, spoke to him about adopting Jaden. This was back, I don't even know how many years ago. It was around the time we got married. So it was around 2000, probably 17, 18. And our family friend had just basically said, listen, in the state of New Jersey, it's very, very difficult to like get a mother to like give up her parental rights, and it's just not going to be worth it for you. You're going to spend thousands of dollars in legal fees. Like, you guys are good. Like, just don't bother. So I always brought it up to John. Like, it was always something that I just kept saying, like, can we just see a different attorney? Like, can we try this? Like, it was always a topic of conversation, always. So now fast forward to the present time, now that Jaden's like 15, as you guys are seeing, he just turned 16 years old. He's getting in more and more like trouble, really, to just put it that simple. Like, so John is traveling a lot for work. I'm here with the kids, with my parents and by myself frequently. So with that being said, God forbid something happens to him, he needs a legal guardian. I just always felt like I needed that also to feel like a complete family.
It's so important also that you're so open about it, because there's other families that are going through that. I did
100%.
see though, and you've been open about this on the show, but the birth mom, and I saw that she did an interview with the Sun. What was your reaction to that?
I think that she probably shouldn't have said anything. I'm not surprised that she did. I mean, it was kind of just a matter of when, not really like if. Like, these were obviously conversations that you have with your significant other before you do a reality show, right? Like, that people like this come out of the woodwork. What I can say is that 2017 was not the last time she saw her son. It was 2015. And I think it's also important for people to know that we did give her visitation that was not court ordered, and she was showing up under the influence of drugs and falling asleep during her visitation. So with that being said, I think any parent would do exactly what John and I did, which was protect our kid.
Yeah. Well, like Lauren said, I think it's really great that you guys have been open about your story, because so many families are watching this show and they are blended, and it makes them feel like they're less alone. Someone in your situation, or your stepson's, or John's, right? So, or the birth mom. So it's great that you're just being open and sharing it. On a lighter note, how is your husband's chest hair?
He is, I just need you guys to know, he is the hairiest individual that I've ever met in my life. Like, first of all, I have no body hair. Like, I don't shave my arms. I have nothing. I have no body hair.
He has it for both of you.
He is hairy enough for the two of us. His chest, I felt so bad. The next day at my brunch at the Shore House, the first thing that Bill Aiden did was walk up to John. He's like, I have to look at your chest. Like, I have to make sure you're okay, because Joe was waxing like multiple times on the same skin, like on the same section. I'm like,
oh my God,
who gave this man a wax kit?
Oh my God.
But he actually is now like shaving it, but I'm like, we should just like laser it. Like, what are we doing here? Like, this is not, our drains are going to be clogged. Like, let's just laser.
You'll just find hair everywhere, all over your house.
Oh no, that's my life. Like, between me shedding, right? Because I don't have extensions. This is all my hair. I'm like shedding all over the place. And then my husband, him shaving, it's like,
it's
I'm
all
constantly cleaning hair.
Well, before we let you go, Rachel, we need a tease from Ireland.
So, it's like a beautiful country that we're all just, I think, so happy to be here, because I don't know that any of us besides Dolores would have ever made it to Ireland. It's a beautiful place. The castle's gorgeous. There's, lots of things to be scared of, ghost and drama included in that, but like there's beer chugging and laughs and crazy dinners, but it's a lot of fun. We really did have a blast. And obviously it was my first cast trip, so I had nothing to compare it to. I had a great time, and all the girls said like this is the best cast trip that they've had in years. So
That's amazing.
we'll see.